your life. UNA University, manifesting all your dreams. With paradise, your land is home. Writing contracts on your own. Protect your loved ones every day. Knowledge goes a long, long way. UNA University for me. Welcome to your paradise, the place you long for all your life. UNA University, manifesting all your dreams. With paradise, your land is home. Writing contracts on your own. Protect your loved ones every day. Knowledge goes a long, long way. UNA University for me. Oh. All right. So I got to do this like this because I know I'm ready to get some echoing. Say like this. My music. I know I'm getting an echo. Okay, I apologize, but I was not going to get started until I had my music. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got a new system. Y'all know we had issues sometimes. And just trying to get set up here. I want to welcome everybody in YouTube. Welcome everybody in TikTok. Yours truly, Diva Lyri with UNARepublic. We're going to straighten this out one day. We're going to straighten it out. I had to get my music, so I got all kind of apparatuses working here. I'm just like all kind of things going on. So we got echo, so we got to figure out how to get that out so I can still have my theme music. I got to have the theme music. So welcome once again. I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri, representing for UNARepublic and UNA University. Welcome. Woosa. All right, we got a nice, fun session, I hope. What kind of, sort of. But y'all know how we get deep and it gets serious. But talking about Caitlin Clark and the LPGA Golf Tour and how they are shining on each other. All right, we're going to get into that tonight. Going into some things with Caitlin Clark and her agents. She's getting a lot of heat going on this Unrivaled program. Okay, we're just going to get into a few things dealing with Caitlin Clark. I want to welcome everybody. My Caitlin Clark fans, welcome. We're going to talk some about Caitlin Clark. I'm going to get into a little bit of legal side to my people who have been with me. I love you. Welcome. Y'all been with me dealing with this law. We're going to, once again, get into it a little bit and see how it overlaps this whole Caitlin Clark issue. Okay, I want to talk about that a little bit. Now, for those of y'all, got to take care of some business. For those of y'all who are interested in the UNA Membership Trust, all right, this is it. UNA Membership Trust. Okay, find the link in the bio. Your membership package, it comes with all of your trust documents. It comes with your membership badge. It comes with your allodial ID. And on the back, you'll have this QR code where you're going to always be able to access your QR code. So let me see. I'm getting a message. One moment. Your trust, it comes with your membership badge and your allodial ID. And on here, you'll have on the back a QR code where you can always access your trust documents. It comes with an education, and we will put these on record for you. All right. So the membership trust package, you can find the link in the bio so that you can get access to that for those of y'all who wanted to have that membership trust package. Okay. Also, those of y'all who are interested in the UNA Beginner Law Book, all right, you can find this at UNARepublic.com, or you can find the link in the bio. So you can get this. Now, you can get either the ebook copy or you can get the physical copy. All right. This physical copy is going to come with your universal law chart. It's going to come with your hierarchy of law chart. It's going to come with your vibratory frequency chart. It also comes with your societal totem pole as well as your civilization cycle. All right. So once again, all of these charts, with the exception of the civilization cycle, are inside the book. We give you extra copies because we want you to put them up on your window, on your mirror, on your walls, because we want you to be reminded about these laws. Okay, so the UNA Beginner Law Book, you can get this at UNARepublic.com, or you can find the link in the bio so that you can purchase it. All right. Lastly, I wanted to get on the memberships. We're so excited about these memberships. For everyone who's gotten one, congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Our Awakened membership package, this is $10 a month. All right. What this is going to do is get you our text that we send out to our students. These are what we call our affirmation texts. And we're sending them out twice, 2 days out of the week, in the morning and let me say it again. We're sending them out 2 days out of the week, in the morning and in the evening. All right. This one is going to get you that 1 day. Okay. This is $10. And it also gets you a reduced amount on your consultation cost if you need to have a consultation. We also have the Transcendence package. This is $30 a month. Now, what this is going to get you is, first of all, 2 of those texts, 2 days out of the week, in the morning and in the evening, where we're talking about our inspirational text. Also, this is going to get you access to 1 pre-recorded session per month. So what happens is we have our private sessions, and then we're going to make sure we give you access to 1 of those a month. All right. And then also you're going to get personalized audio on those texts that we send out. We're going to say your name, say your name. That's right. So make sure you get this. This is the $30 one if you're wanting to. And also discount on your consultations. All right. This package is to help you get to that level where you're ready to enroll in the UNA University. So I've had people say to me, Diva, I'm a student already. I just might not be in the school. Well, okay, here you go. If there's an issue with the finances and you really just want to be a part of it, you can get this, and this is going to get you access to some of our private sessions. Okay. Now we have the luminosity. Now this package we have is changing because it's actually going to be actually $100 a month. This is going to get you at those 2 days out of the week where we're sending the confirmations to you. It's going to be personalized, and we're going to give you access to 2 of our videos, our private videos. This also gets you access to the actual class, our Monday classes, where we go through all of the affirmations. We go through the spiritual side of this game. This is going to get you access to that class. All right. It's going to be $100 a month. And it's also going to get you legal assistance if you need it. It's going to get you a discount on your consultations. And once again, it's going to give you communication with Diva Lyri and the staff of UNA. Okay, so this is a very powerful package. I want you to look for the luminosity package. Once again, the price is going to be $100 a month. And then once you're ready to become a member, or actually a student of the UNA University, that'll help you get ready for it. All right. So with all that being said, let's get into this session. I want to remind you all that we're going to say some things that people might not like. All right. And from the bottom of my heart, I want you to know you can bite these nuts. These nuts are natural, roasted, spicy. These nuts. These, that's D'(Z) nuts. That stands for Diva Lyri's Nuts by Dropping Jewels. These nuts. These are the spicy nuts. And these are the salted. Unsalted. We got salted as well. So we also have chocolate covered nuts. We also have peanut butter cups. So thesenuts.co. That's DZ nuts, NUTS.co. Don't put that other letter on the end. Just .co, C-O. All right, let's go. We're talking about Caitlin Clark and the LPGA Tour. How they shining on each other. All right, listen. I'm not a golf person, but I'm going to be honest with you. When Tiger Woods was golfing, I found myself watching golf. When Tiger Woods first started, and there was all this big mania around Tiger Woods, I was watching, and because I was a fan of Tiger Woods like that. So, and I found it interesting. But other than that, I didn't really get into it to the point where I know how they score and things like that. But in this, you've got Caitlin Clark going with the LPGA Tour. Now, I didn't watch the live, because what happened was, we know that at first they were not going to televise the sessions. But since the people demanded it, they said, hey, we want to see this. We want to see Caitlin Clark. And the tickets start selling to be a part of the tour or what have you. So then they televised it. Now, I've been trying to find ratings. I have not been successful in finding what the ratings look like, or because I'm not even familiar with what networks she was on. But we know they gave us some television press. Now, this is what I want to say about this whole thing and what I really appreciated. You know, they showed Clark a lot of love. They opened their arms. They had the number one player, golfer, which her name is Nelly Korda, all right, was playing alongside her in the Anna Sorenstam. I want to make sure I pronounce that right because it's another language, but Annika Sorenstam. All right. So this is her tour that she hosts. And here is Nelly Korda, who's the number one golfer, is alongside Caitlin Clark. Now, I also was unable to find, you know, how well Clark did as far as her scores. I don't think they even posted them. And I'm sure this was just an exhibition and they just had her out there to just, you know, because she wanted to do it, number one. And then number two, it helped them to shine a light on that league. And I just say to you, from what I saw on this outside, they did everything right by Caitlin Clark. And they gained funds from Caitlin Clark. By the way, Caitlin Clark is promoted by Gainbridge. And Gainbridge is an annuities firm or annuities company for investments. So she's got some backing behind her in this tour. And I really appreciated the way they handled her. I appreciated the way they opened their arms to her, the excitement the other players on the tour had for her. They did it right. And I hope that this other league that she's in, y'all know I'm talking about the WNBA, I hope they take note. But I don't think they are, because they are still not even, they could have taken time to wish her success or congratulate her on being a part of the tour, but nothing. Okay, we're going to get on that. We're going to get on that tonight. So I will just say, you know, I was just happy and pleased. I'm going to show, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show this video of Clark on the court real quick. If we're ready, let's go ahead and get that ready. And let me know when you're ready for this, because we got to mute some things. So let's go ahead and show this video footage. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to unmute here. All right. Fingers crossed. All right, so we're going to play this. All right. All right. So there you have it. She got one of them in, at least. All right. So there you have it. She got one of them in, at least. So what I'll say is this. Let me get back to it. All right. So can you hear me now? I just want to make sure I'm back up. All right. So there you have it, though. You know, it was said that she was slicing a couple of them, and that she had one to go into the crowd a little bit. All right. Almost took somebody out, but it's okay. They were fine. So it's just really good to see her doing what she enjoys. And I remember when I was, you know, during the season, what I really enjoyed is Let me make sure I'm back up. Because we have a delay. All right. So, but what I really enjoyed is when Caitlin Clark was playing basketball and she was making the shots and she was enjoying herself, I felt so happy for her. That's what it was. I felt happy that she was doing, or to see her doing something that she enjoyed, and to see her skipping or however she would move, almost like a skip, like, oh, this is so fun. I really appreciated that. And so to see people when they are respecting and embracing her, I'm happy to see that. Okay, because, okay, 1 second. Deserves, not to say that, okay, not to say that no other player deserves respect, but it really just lights me up when I see her being treated well, and any player treated well. Okay. And of course, why am I saying that? Because, you know, she's coming from a league where she has constantly been mistreated. All right. So to see her here, she's being embraced. She's showing a lot of light on this league. They're showing her a lot of love. They're welcoming her fans. And I'm going to get into that tonight too. They're embracing, they're like, yeah, come on, fans. So it's so great to see. It's really great to see. And I hope she really enjoyed herself on that tour. You know, it's so funny when you heard the other players, they were saying, yeah, I was trying to see what time my tee time is, because see if I would be able to get out there and see her before I had to tee up. But, oh, my time was late, and I hope I get a chance to catch up to her. These are other players that are supportive of her being there. I appreciate it. I love it. It's great. I'm happy to see that, and happy that she lent her brand to the LPGA. Because some people don't understand that Caitlin Clark is a brand. And so the issue is that when she comes to whatever it is you're doing, she's lending her brand to whatever it is the other brand is. So in this case, it's the LPGA. It's too close to LBGT, but the LPGA, she lent her brand to the LPGA Tour, and they showed her a lot of love, and she showed them a lot of love. So good. So glad to see that. All right. I want to go into this next topic. This one's a little bit more serious. So those of us who have been watching Caitlin Clark's career, as she came from college and went into WNBA, there was this whole big deal and storm about Caitlin Clark going into the WNBA. And everybody was thinking, oh, she's going to do great. She's going to be wonderful. She's going to come in here and tear up the WNBA. And that's exactly what she did. Now, one of the first things we heard announced after she left college with Iowa and then coming into the WNBA was her shoe deal with Nike. All right. And I'm talking about this, I have to woosah, because when I think about it, the deal that has been struck is saddening. It's saddening because of the way she's been treated. And this is what I'm saying. This is why it's such an issue to most of us who are fans of Caitlin Clark, is because of the fact that in the league where she's brought so much money, so much attention, she has been very much mistreated. So she gets this shoe deal that everybody thought was a great deal, $28 million. that it's been reported over 8 years, which amounts to about $3.5 million a year. Now, she's in this deal with Nike, and we thought it was going to be a great deal. And the issue is that she's been neglected by Nike. Nike has not done anything with respect to marketing on behalf of Caitlin Clark. She has broken countless amount of records, countless. And it took them how many weeks after she won Rookie of the Year? Then they give her and I'm not going to put it up now, but I'm going to put it up later. But they give her a Nike t-shirt. Okay. And I've spoken about this. This is something my guy could have done. And so let me take that off the screen so it's clear. This is what those of us who are fans are appreciating with respect to what the LPGA Tour did. We're appreciating it because here's a situation where the league, where she really is with, and it really is bringing a lot of money to, the league is ignoring her. Nike, the company that's endorsing her supposedly, they are ignoring her. And the thing is, she's got this 8-year contract. Now, I'm telling you something, I heard somebody say this. They said 8 years is her prime. And I totally agree. And this, she's not going to be any more marketable, possibly, than she is now. But we know she's hot right now. We know that anytime you drop something, it's got Caitlin Clark's name on it, that thing is going to blow up. It's going to be sold out within hours. Now, I said hours, but the basketball, every time they put out a new basketball, that's gone. Anything they put out with Clark's name, a t-shirt, the jerseys, they're gone. You can't find them. So why would this company, Nike, be so neglectful of the Caitlin Clark brand? Why would WNBA be so neglectful of the Caitlin Clark brand? Now, we're going to get on this. Caitlin Clark's agent. Let me pull this back up. Caitlin Clark's agent. Let me make sure I get her name right. And I'm going to say this because, Caitlin Clark's agent has gotten a lot of heat after she did an interview. And it's being said that she's incompetent. Now, I'm going into this when I talk about the WNBA and Nike. The way she's being handled, it does seem like whoever it is that's on her team, they're being neglectful. They're not speaking up on her behalf. And there's a problem with that because, those of us who are watching her and we know that she's very talented. We're trying to understand, why is it she's in this deal? Everybody thought it was a big deal. Oh, it was this $28 million. But kind of find out that's cheap compared to who Caitlin Clark is. And you got people saying, oh, $28 million, that's a lot of money. Meanwhile, her NBA counterpart is getting $100 million for his shoe deal. Meanwhile, Clark is selling out of everything. And it's not, you know what, it's not even the money. If Nike was in here and they were showing Caitlin Clark love and making sure that they're promoting her, they're getting her product out, and they're showing her the love that she deserves, even if they were doing that, I don't think the fans would be as upset about the whole situation. The deal is they're doing nothing. They're not even trying to act like they care. That t-shirt they put out, okay, I can't even, I'm just trying, the nicest I can be is garbage. This is somebody who's bringing, really, I'm gonna say billions, because they renegotiated the contract, that whole media contract. That's because of Caitlin Clark it was renegotiated. And I've told you guys before, and I get it, the WNBA is a bad product, but Caitlin has brought her product. Caitlin has brought her brand. And I'm saying to you, she's worth billions. Not just millions, but billions to this league. And so we've got to wonder, wait a minute, who is on her team that's, one, allowing the league to mistreat her, allowing the players to be mistreating her, that's allowing sides to be mistreating her, that's allowing Nike to mistreat her? Who is on her team, and who is responsible for this deal where Nike is not even paying her any attention and has pushed her shoe deal out for 2 years? Meanwhile, somebody coming out of college, I'm not going to name names, but somebody coming out of college, she gonna get her shoe deal before she gets into the WNBA. But here's Caitlin Clark, and she can't get a shoe deal. We're gonna talk about that. I need to get into who this agent is. Her name. Why did I lose the name? Here you go. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. The name of her agent is Erin Kane. Make sure I get it right. 1 second. Erin Kane. Now, I want to play some clips of Erin Kane. Now, again, she's coming under a lot of fire as someone who's not competent enough to handle this position. Listen, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the clip first. I need to get this and make sure you mute my audio here. All right, because I'm going to go into this. I want to play the clips. All right. So y'all forgive me because I have to still try to learn how to, well, all right. So let me make sure I can be heard. All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to reach out to my guy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play this first clip. In this first clip, here is Erin Kane. She's speaking about somebody. First of all, I want to get into her career, what her background is, so that we understand who she is and where she came from. So this is her talking about her background. Okay, 1 second. One second. All right, give me a second. Let me see if we can get this this thing running because it's saying the audio is not up. Give me 1 second. One second. All right, so I'm going to play this and hopefully you can hear it. What? This is unbelievable. All right, let's try it again. Where is it? All right, let me see. Let me see if you all can hear me, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for your patience. All right, once again, I'm just running this with trying to get this up. So please forgive us. Technical issues. This is why I can't have visual aids. Because it's too much of a distraction. I'd love to be like those other whatever and do this, but for whatever reason, it's too much of a distraction. But we're going to move through this. Let's go. I'm rolling. All right. So this is Kane, who is speaking about her background. All right. So I'm ready to get into this. Thank you for your patience.
Around it. But for me, I went in a completely different direction. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. I did not want anybody's help. I wanted to prove myself. So I studied not sports, but the arts. I was an art history major. I have a master's in post-war and contemporary art. I worked as a curator in a museum after grad school. And so totally different. And then like life happened and I found myself in the office of the company that my dad was working at the time. I needed like a quiet place to send out resumes. I had 2 kids at the time at home, little ones. And the baseball division at that company really was in a pinch to hire somebody as a client service manager. And I needed a job. So I took the job. I had come from this very like thoughtful, academic, like actually very diverse environment. And that office, it's not all of sports and not representative of all of sports, but that office was very much like men in offices around the perimeter of the building. And then like all the women were in support roles. And there was something about that just really like hooked me because I wanted to be the first woman at that company in an executive position. And it took me a couple years to figure out like what the path could be, because at that stage too, it wasn't like a secret. Like I would say, like, how do I become an agent? And they'd be like, you can't be an agent. You're a woman and you have kids. I mean, like those are the words that were said to me.
All right. So now we have an understanding of all right. So I just got a message. So did we not put credits to them? Let me make sure we gave credits to them. All right. So I'm just checking to make sure we gave credits because we got a warning. And but we're going to continue. So what I want to do so that we can move through this, and then once we redo it, we'll put in the video and make sure that we give them the right credits. But that was the one speaking about. Let me take this off so that we can just we can make sure we put our credits in. All right. Let me mute this. All right. So let's go from here, because what we're doing, we're getting a strike, and what I'll have to do is just put it up on the next. I want to welcome everybody into the room. Thank you for joining. TikTok, welcome. YouTube, welcome. All two of you watching, thank you so much. Like to share and like, subscribe, and all that great stuff. Let me get back to it. I gotta get my production team in here, because we gotta. I want to do the visual aids, but it's very difficult because there's always some kind of issue, some kind of this, some kind of that. All right, so I just what we're going to do is I got to get that production in here so that when we want to do visuals or what have you, I can do them and I don't have a lot of issues. Okay, but thank you all for joining. And let me get back into this so that we are clear on where we are. All right, so we're talking about Caitlin Clark's agent, all right, the one who brokered this deal with Nike. And we're talking about how bad this was and the fact that she's getting a lot of heat, all right, because of this deal. Now, I want to talk about her and what I saw in her video. All right, first of all, she talks about her background and how she really was in art. And whatever that was with art that she was doing, and she happened into her father's company because she wanted to send out her resume. She needed a quiet place to send her resume out. So she found a room and she's in there and she's trying to send her resume out, and they bust in the room. Hey, we need somebody. You, we need you. What you doing? Come on. We need you to be an agent for these people, because we need somebody. You'll do. Come on. But I don't know how to do. No, it doesn't matter. We'll teach you. Just come on. Let's go. So next thing you know, she's thrust into this role as an agent where she's dealing with these men, and she's clearly not comfortable. All right, listen, just if you even look at her demeanor and listen to her voice, she's clearly like this. Listen, I'm going to say this. Men are going to give women a hard time. They are. But when you stand, and I mean stand, like you have confidence and you know what you're doing, they don't have any choice but to give you the respect. WNBA was getting all kind of disrespect until Clark came along. Why? Because she plays. She does. I told y'all, it's not everybody want to make this out. You got to have some sexy lingerie on, and unless you don't, then the men don't want to hear from you. Or you got to be able to do manly things, and then they listen. But here you got Clark. She just is phenomenal, and she's highly intelligent. She's confident. She gets on the basketball court. You don't want to be in front of her when she's got the basketball. She's confident. She does her job. But here you got this woman, and I'm just going to be honest with you. She doesn't exude confidence. Even everything she says kind of flip-floppy, okay. Her whole demeanor gives me Christy Sides, Kathy Engelbert. That's the energy I'm getting from her. Not to mention, when you talk about one of your star people on your right, I want to, as a matter of fact, let me go into this. Some of the people who are her clients. And mind you, she's got this job because of her dad, that's why she's got the job. Hold on. And that's okay. I told y'all I'm okay with nepotism. Doesn't bother me. But if you're in that position, do it well. Otherwise, we got some problems. Okay, let's take a look at this now. I want to go into some of her clients. All right. Some of her clients includes Ari Chambers. Let me zoom in so that I can see this. Nafisa Collier, Zia Cook, who is University of South Carolina women's basketball, Arike Ogunbowale. I just want to make sure I say it right, but I love Arike Ogunbowale. And we know she's an all-star 2020 WNBA scoring champion. Annie Park, LPGA Tour. Christy Tolliver, WNBA all-star, second WNBA champion. There's more because they didn't talk about all of her. Let me see. Excel already expressed a number of women across the multiple talent representation areas. The agency's women's golf division announced 2020 features stars like Michelle Wie West and Albany Valenzuela. All right. Media talent clients include Holly Rowe, Lisa Byington. All right. The first woman to become a play-by-play announcer for a men's professional sports team. The agency manages the marketing portfolio for Peloton instructor Jess Sims, UConn women's basketball players Christine Williams and Caroline Ducharme. Overall Excel's talent division is a dominant force across the multiple sport, including basketball, baseball, golf, football, with a roster that features rising stars, MVPs, all-stars, Hall of Famers. Okay. So you've got this situation where she's got all of these players on the roster. And one of the things, let me make sure we back. All right. So you've got this situation where she's got all of these people on the roster. Now, is she qualified to really do this job? And I'm saying to you, and this is why she's getting the heat, that it doesn't look like it. Just the way, the energy that she exudes. It doesn't say, hey, I'm confident I'm ready to come in here and negotiate this deal. This $28 million deal over 8 years is really, it doesn't look good. Not on her. It doesn't look good because that is cheap for what Caitlin Clark is bringing. And I know a lot of people saying, well, who knew? Who knew she was going to be that big? Even if you didn't know she was going to be that big. Here's the issue with it. You don't do it for 8 years. All of her prime. 8 years. Then you have some kind of clause in there the same way whoever is doing the negotiations for the WNBA, where they put a clause in there saying, hey, after this many years, we need to be able to renegotiate just in case. This is what people are talking about. This is why it's important to have somebody who has some kind of charisma when you're doing business with these companies. I need to make sure that if she does blow up, that we can renegotiate the same way the WNBA did with that media rights deal. They put a clause in there that if this thing blows up bigger than this, we need to renegotiate this. Okay, that's why it's an issue. So now the whole thought and notion is, oh, Clark is stuck in this deal. Well, we're gonna talk about that because she's really not. And it wouldn't be a situation. First of all, she can rescind that contract. But you got somebody like me on the team. We don't have to rescind that because where is I put my documents away. But we know how to get around that. We know what to do. As a matter of fact, if I'm in there negotiating any kind of deal, it's going to be a situation whereby Clark can, Nike, keep that deal. That's fine. 28 million, that's fine. We got to do something different. You can keep that deal, Nike, because I understand what this game is. See, I need to say this too, because all of those players that I named, the vast majority of those players on the roster, they're under Nike. That company that she works for, her dad's company, they're all under Nike. And that's part of the issue. They are tied to Nike. And once again, this is a company, and this woman is allowing Nike to disrespect her client's brand. And this is the issue. You can't, again, you cannot trust people who have been in the game for too long, because they're in bed with certain people and they're not going to make moves on your behalf. If somebody's in bed with Nike, well, Nike has been providing a lot of money to that company. You're not going to tell Nike that you're going to take this client and go with another brand without Nike giving you some pushback about it. Without Nike saying, well, we'll just rip all of the contracts from your clients. You can't trust people who've been in the game for too long, because then they're going to allow you to be devoured and taken advantage of. And that's exactly what's happening. And so I say to you, when you ask about, is this woman qualified? It's not even necessarily that she's qualified. I say, no, just look, listen, I'm going to say this. Before I even saw her interview, I wasn't a fan. Before I saw her interview, I wasn't a fan. Because of all of the things that she has allowed to happen to Clark and the mistreatment that she has allowed on her client, I wasn't a fan. But then when I see her and I see her presentation, I see her energy. Once again, a Christie-sized Kathy Engelbert type of energy. An energy whereby all of her other clients are with this Nike company. This tells me that she's in their pocket, and that if they decide to pull out, her company is going to have some issues financially. So it's to her company's advantage to be in bed with Nike, as opposed to getting Caitlin Clark a true deal. So I need this to be made clear, because I need to go back into this more about the issues I have with this woman who is the agent of Caitlin Clark. Her name, Kane, is her last name. And that's, I keep forgetting her first name because I'm like, Erin Kane. All right. So here this woman is. She goes on to speak about what her father tells her. She says, well, my father always says you have to like the people who you're working with. That's what her father, she says, tells her. Now, here's the issue. In this interview, which is 45 minutes long, more or less, she goes on to speak about all of these other people. And when she spoke about them, she lit up. She had all these great things to say. We're going to play this first one where she's speaking about this one person. And she's great. And I really, really appreciate her talent and her skill. And she says all of these wonderful things about this person. And she lights up. She lights up when she's talking about them. She goes on to talk about another one. We're going to play this clip. So she's talking about this person, and she lights up when she speaks about them. She talks about 4 or 5 other people, At least 3 other people, because she mentioned Don Staley and she mentioned somebody else, and she's speaking about these people, and she lights up when she speaks about them. But the minute he asked her about Caitlin Clark, I see Kathy Engelberg and Christy Sides type energy. That whole thing where she mentions Caitlin Clark and then goes on, well, you know, she's one of one. Okay. And that's it. No light, just like, and then it's funny when you look at the as you're going through the video, look at the expressions on the faces of the guys in the room. Look at the expressions on their face. And one of them's like, really? Is she saying this? And then the other one's like, okay, let me nod and pretend like she's really saying something. And the other one is like, really, I can't believe this. Because she really was just glossing over, just, oh yeah, Caitlin Clark, she's one of one. One of, you know, not, you know, just not anybody like her. No spark, no nothing when she's mentioning Caitlin Clark, which is the only reason why she on this show in the first place. They're not talking to her because she got all these other clients. You can take all them other clients and add them up together. They don't amount to what Clark is doing up here. But all you got to say about Caitlin Clark is, oh, she's a one of one. That's it? Okay. See, you lit up when you talked about all those other people you talked about. I'm telling you, at least 5 people you talked about, you lit up. No light when you start talking about Caitlin Clark. Again, now I understand why she's being abused. Now I understand why her own agent is not coming to her rescue. Now I understand. I get it. You don't really like her. And I don't know, listen, I don't know what Caitlin Clark has done to make these people come down on her. I do, and I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go into it. But they don't like her, and that's clear. There was no light in this woman's eye, on her face, in her expressions, nowhere, when she started talking about Caitlin Clark. And now it's clear to me. I understand why whomever it is on her team has allowed her to suffer the abuse that she has suffered in this league. Okay. I need to go on, because for me, when you're talking about this agent. Now, if we're talking about Christy Sides and what's going on with the team and how Sides is treating Clark and the things that she was doing, and even the team itself, somebody should have said something. And I can't say she didn't say something, because Christy Sides is gone, and we call that water under the bridge. All right, we call that what? Let's pretend like she said something. But then when it comes down to the league and the fact that the commissioner is allowing this abuse to happen on the court with Caitlin Clark, I would have put together evidence, and I would have put it in a document, and we would have been sending notice to let her know, let another player hit Caitlin Clark. This is my money. This is my money. I'm going to take care of her. Let another player hit Caitlin Clark. Some fines are going out. We're going into court, because we're not going to keep letting this happen. The fact that you got referees and a girl hip checks Caitlin Clark, and you don't even call it a foul. This woman poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. You don't even call a foul. Let it happen again. This would be Caitlin Clark's Basketball Association. It'd be CCBA is what it'd be called. There's no way that I would let someone who is my star and they are my client end up with that kind of abuse unless I was in bed with them and allowing them to abuse my client. That's the only way that's going to happen. Diva Lyri wouldn't be in bed with them like that. We would have problems. It's like, nobody better touch her. Nobody. If somebody breathe on her hard, that referee better be blowing the whistle. Oh, Caitlin Clark got a special whistle. You darn right she got a special whistle. And I wish another player might put a finger on her. Yeah. There's no way. So that's number 2. You're not going to have a situation where I'm allowing my player to receive that kind of damage on the court. It's not happening. Number 3, there's no way that even if I was unfortunate enough to enter into such a bad contract. Now, I know a lot of people, $28 million, that's a lot of money, but it's not. It's not. Because she's worth billions. She's worth billions. 28 million is what she should have got in the first 2 years. Then, it's not even the amount of the contract. It's the neglect and disrespect of Nike to not even show any kind of respect or congratulations to all of the records that this woman has broken, to push her shoe deal out for 2 years and not even do any kind of promotions. That raggedy t-shirt they created. Talking about not the rookie of the year with the Nike, and Caitlin Clark continues to wear Nike's brand, promote their brand. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything for her brand. This is not a good relationship. This is not a good relationship. And there's no way that she is my client and I allow anybody to abuse her. There's no way. So before I saw the interview, and let me make this clear. If I'm speaking on something, I want to take the time out to listen to the whole video in its entirety. And I listened to the whole video in its entirety. And the first clip that I saw was like, he mentioned Caitlin Clark, and she didn't even show, and I hadn't seen all of the other people who she talked about in the interview. I only saw the interview where he's talking about how she is Caitlin Clark's agent and how it is to have her as an agent, or excuse me, how it is to be an agent for Caitlin Clark. All right. So as I'm listening to it, I'm seeing she has no energy for even the name Caitlin Clark, which is a brand. She has no energy. And I'm thinking, okay, again, I got that Christy Slides, Kathy Engelberg type energy. So then I go back and watch the video and I'm thinking, well, maybe she's just, a low-key type person. Maybe she's just, even keel. But as I'm watching the video, she talks about this one woman, Milana, and she's just lighting up like a light bright. Then she started talking about these other people, lighting up like a light bright. Then he mentions Caitlin Clark, and she's like, oh, yeah, well, Caitlin Clark, she is one of one. And then she goes on to talk about Don Staley, light bright. Then she go on to talk about some other people, light bright. We ain't come here to hear you talk about all that. We ain't come here to hear you talk about how you had a nervous breakdown because you realized you was getting old. Okay. There's a problem here. You don't even like your client. And I'm going into this. Let me finish up here, because when it comes to that whole Nike deal, Clark needs somebody on her team who understands law. She needs somebody on her team who is creative and who knows how to take a negative situation and flip it so hard, 180 degrees, that Nike will beg her to let her out of that deal. If she were my client Nike would be begging her to let them out of the deal. And that little $28 million, that would be icing on the cake that we build. Icing. Because Caitlin Clark is way more, she's worth far more than that 28 million. That 28 million would just be icing. Because the thing is, she doesn't have a team around her that's really tapping into what she has to offer. I mean, when you look at, and now I'm going to compare Reese to her on the basketball court. Caitlin Clark is all of that. She's far greater talent. She's a far greater talent on the court than Angel Reese is. However, Reese got a team behind her. When it comes to business, Reese has got a team that's going to make sure her business is in order. She's got her endorsements, and not to say Clark doesn't, because Gamebridge is not anything to sneeze at, all right? But what I am saying is it's clear that Reese has got a team around her. And I'm going to be honest with you. That whole thing about Reese and her wrist injury or what have you, I don't think she injured her wrist. Not enough to where she couldn't play. I'm not buying that. They say, oh, she had to have a surgery. Okay. I'm not buying that. What it looks like is somebody on her team said, girl, do you really want to do this? Because when it comes to making money, we just tell them, just tell them you hurt your wrist and then just chill out and then come over here and we're going to make some millions over here. And that's exactly what she did. She went and made some millions with unapologetically and Reese's Pieces and her tennis shoe deal with Adidas and all this other stuff. Her business is intact. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, she got Aaron Kane, who has put her into this contract deal whereby she's not going to see a tennis shoe for 2 years. And it's not saying a word. That's what they should have been asking her on this interview. Now, everybody's in uproar, Aaron, about this tennis shoe deal. Please talk to the people and tell them what's going on with that tennis shoe deal and what you think is going to happen and how we're going to make it better. Do you think $28 million was really the amount that is worthy of Caitlin Clark? Or do you feel that she's worth more? That's what I wanted to hear. That's a question I wanted to be asked. What are you doing about this tennis shoe deal? Okay, if it's me, I told you. It's going to be a situation. Well, I'm going to talk tonight. Look, Clark is worth billions right now. And we need to renegotiate. We really need to renegotiate this. If they tell me no, then we're going to do something different. We're going to flip the script. We're going to switch it up. Because, see, the thing about knowing law, it gives me the ability to be very, 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 very creative. And by the time I got finished with it, Nike would be begging for me to let them out the deal. So here's my deal. When it comes to Aaron Kane, who is Caitlin Clark's agent, I think she's an agent for the other side. I do not think that she's truly looking out for the best interest of Clark. This is my opinion based on what I'm seeing from the outside looking in. There could be some other things going on, but from the outside looking in, she's in somebody else's pocket. She's in somebody else's bed. And that means that she cannot truly give Caitlin Clark the representation that she deserves. All right. So I want to go into this because I talked about what the deal is between Clark and why she's getting such mistreatment in the WNBA. And I told you in the previous session Some people say yes to this secret underground organization with the agenda that's in the WNBA. Some people say yes to that. And I told you guys that there was the whole Black Lives Matter thing, which is the WNBA came up on a lot of money because they chose to become involved in that whole Black Lives Matter situation. All right. So now we understand, you know, when people pay you a lot of money, and especially if they have an agenda, then you got to do what they're telling you to do. And so we understand that even when you're talking about Black Lives Matter, we know there was an agenda with that from the beginning, and it had nothing to do with Black Lives Mattering or nothing else like that. And then you're talking about Black meaning dead lives, because we know what the term Black means, and we also know who truly is funding that organization. They have taken over many other organizations and put those organizations up with these people who are, you know, they don't even know they're part of the agenda. They think it's all, oh, this is for me. This is mine. When the truth is, it's not for you at all. You're just a puppet being used for an agenda. Okay. So some people say yes. And when you pay attention, you can tell who said yes. All these people talking about, oh, Caitlin Clark fans are racist. With no proof, all of them, they said yes. All right. When you're talking about the people who were doing harm to Clark on the court, physically harming her, they said yes. This person who is a coach and wears a Black Girls Rock t-shirt. So y'all think it's all about, oh, it's black versus white. These people don't care. They will fund both sides. They don't care about either side, as long as there's a fight. You wear a Black Girls Rock t-shirt to Caitlin Clark's first game. We know you said yes. Why couldn't Caitlin Clark go to the Olympics? Because Clark didn't say yes. She's not a part of that secret, private organization with the agenda. Okay. She didn't say yes. And so this is why she can't go. This is why she gets mistreated. This is why the whole WNBA league mistreats her. They put up a stat robbing her of some of her assists, as if they don't know what the record is. How do you have an X account or a Twitter account and the WNBA is putting up these stats that are the wrong stats, and then it's when they get called on it, instead of changing it and making it right, they just take it down. That's mistreatment. They're showing, you know, they're trying to find any kind of way to make the Fever look bad. Why, like showing a clip from the previous year, talking about, oh, this is the assist of the year. And it's from the previous year. But because it was on the Fever, you wanted to show this as the assist of the year. And then they take that down and put up another one from this year, and they want to make sure it was one against the Fever. Who's doing this? You can't be doing this to my client. We're going to have problems. WNBA. I'm allowing my client's brand to be a part of yours. Her brand is uplifting yours. Everybody was talking about, oh, well, you know, they promoting the Fever and Caitlin Clark. The WNBA, they never promoted the Fever and Caitlin Clark. It was Caitlin Clark that was promoting the WNBA. That's how that works. If it's me, and this is my client, and this is my agent, we're going to have a conversation with Nike, and we're going to renegotiate this, or we're going to do something different. And we're going to say, Nike, go ahead and keep that contract. Keep it. because we're ready to go over here and do something much bigger. And you can't stop it or touch it or do nothing else. Keep that contract. And you must pay us that. And we're not concerned about whether you go under, and you will. We're not concerned about that. You keep that contract, and we're going to go over here and do something else. And you're going to wish that you had renegotiated. Okay? If you don't have to renegotiate, we don't have to renegotiate. It wouldn't be my client. All right? I need to go into this. There's this whole talk about the Unrivaled League. All right? They're ramping up to get started. I think it's in February or somewhere around there where they start. Now, from what I'm gathering, this is really more like a reality TV show more so than a league. Now, this is just what I'm gathering. They putting them all up in one house, and they're, they got to stay in this one house, and then they're not really playing in big arenas. No, they're going to play in I think it's less than 1,000 people. It's like a studio. Less than like 1,000 people can fit into this place. That's where the games are going to be played. And, and they're televising. I think they have 6 teams, and they, named the teams, and they extended the number of players 6 by 6 players because they had filled all of their rosters, and they're still trying to get Caitlin Clark. And supposedly they're still trying to get Asia Wilson. Now, my issues with this league is that Caitlin Clark has already been mistreated by a lot of people who are in this league. And I don't care to see her continue to get mistreated. It doesn't make me feel good to see this. I don't care to hear about all of the negative things that are going on. I care to see what I saw with the LPGA Tour, that people are respectful of her and her talents and all that she brings. And we're going to talk about all that she brings. I care to see that, not to see her be mistreated. Now, I need to talk about this being by the name of Gino Oriana. He came out again after saying all of these things about the fans of Caitlin Clark. All right. And how he ties into this Unrivaled League. Now, I need to make this clear. They are after Caitlin Clark's fans. I know Caitlin Clark is awesome. She's talented. She's very, very talented, phenomenal player. But let us be 100% clear. If Caitlin Clark didn't have the fans that she has, that followed her from the college, if she didn't have that, they wouldn't be after her so hard. It wouldn't be all this, what can you get Caitlin Clark? Come on, let us pay you like Messi. There wouldn't be that. And so I need to say to all of the fans, all you Caitlin Clark fans, if you really want to know what Clark's biggest value is, it's you. It's the people. Because without you, Clark would have just been another talented player like Arike, Agumbawale, and some of the other players in there that get no press, no attention. She would have just been abused like them. If it wasn't for the fans, then Clark, the LPGA Tour wouldn't be all like, well, Clark, come on. There wouldn't have been any, we want to see the the LPGA. They wouldn't have been saying, we want to see that on television or putting it on television if it wasn't for the fans. And let's be 100% clear. It's you they after. Yeah, they want Clark. Why? Because Clark is bringing you her true gold. her true silver, her true value, the people. And so y'all need to be clear on that, because Clark, right now, I've said she hasn't said yes to the agenda. Oh, but they pulling on her. They're pulling on her with Boston and Boston and Hull and Martin. They're pulling on her. They're trying to find any kind of way that they can to get her to fall in alignment with this agenda. And let me say this to you. If she goes into this Unrivaled League, I won't be watching. I will not be watching. I know my value. I know that when I pay attention, some money's getting switched hands. And I know they want me. They want you. They want you to watch. They need you to buy tickets or to buy the merchandise. They want you. You are the true value. And so I say to the people, the Caitlin Clark fans, the WNBA fans, congratulations, because they are listening to you. And make sure, see, y'all be talking about voting and all this. I vote with my attention, with my clicks. That's my vote. And I let people know with my vote that I'm not paying you attention. And so I need to speak on this because of the simple fact that people need to recognize you are the power, you. And as soon as anybody who recognizes that, see, this is why they need her to be a part of that agenda. Anybody who has any kind of voice, they are outspoken, or they have a lot of people that follow them, they become very dangerous to those who are running the agenda. They become very dangerous. They want to get you under their control. And if they can't, they're going to make life difficult for you. And so because she has said, I don't buy into that agenda, I don't agree. Yeah, they're making life hard for her. They're making things more difficult for her. And what I'm saying to you is that Clark, if she goes into that Unrivaled League, is going to send a big message. And I'm going to send my message, and that is I won't be watching. I don't care to see her get abused again or be disrespected or be mistreated. That's not something I care to do. When I was watching her when she was playing in the WNBA, I just want you to be able to play your game and light up and spread your wings on that court and fly. Do what you do. We didn't see that. I would like to just see when they put up the stats, it's correct. I would like to see them promoting her and giving her props like they should, like any intelligent business organization would. That's what I care to see, but we don't get that. We get negativity. We get hate from the players. We get the commissioner talking trash against people who didn't even do what they were accused of doing. Not having any kind of investigation into the issue, not properly addressing any of the issues that are showing up. Okay. So now she's being called to come into the Unrivaled League. What's my other issue? This person I spoke about, Gino Oriyama. He called earlier in the season, he called Caitlin Clark's fans delusional, disrespectful, stupid, unknowledgeable, ridiculous, out of their minds. I'd be out of my damn mind to watch and participate in anything that man's fingerprints are on. And he is one of the sponsors of this league. I can't watch that. And since he was so disrespectful, listen, this man been hiding under a rock. Everybody's been playing this whole clip over and over again about the way he talked to the Fever fans and the way he talked about Caitlin Clark in a very disrespectful manner. And now people want to know, well, hey, dude, the season is over. Where are you? Then he comes back out and he doubles down on his stupidity, talking about, well, you know, Caitlin Clark talked a lot of poo. He didn't say poo. But you know, she talked a lot of poo on the court, so she deserves to get beat up. And you think I'm going to watch something where he's involved and he's already said, I'm okay with her getting beat up because she talks poo, and that's why she's so good. We need more people like her. Gino, you owe the people an apology. You owe the people an apology. And as a business person, there is no way that I would pay attention to you, much less pay money for anything that brings you any kind of money. I don't care if it's a half of a fraction of a cent. I will not in any way pay anything to it. You're disrespectful. Period and point blank. You owe the people an apology. And I'm going to say these adjectives that he had for the Clark and Fever fans again. Delusional, disrespectful, stupid. That's the one right there. That one right there. Stupid, unknowledgeable, ridiculous, and out of their minds. They were tremendously disrespectful to the WNBA, he says. Meanwhile, everything that the fans thought Caitlin Clark was going to do, she did it and then some. But you don't come back with an apology. You don't even come back and address the fact that you were wrong. W-R-O-N-G, wrong. You don't say nothing about that. You double down on stupidity that, yeah, she talk a lot of poop, so she deserved to be beat up. You owe the people an apology, Gino. You do. And until you do that, all of the Caitlin Clark fans, all of the Fever fans, anybody who has any kind of respect for Caitlin Clark and good basketball, I encourage you to please do not pay that organization any attention until you get an apology. And then even after that, still don't do it. I tell you once again, you fans, you are the money. You are the value. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be coming after Clark. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be asking her to partake in this and, oh, please let you come over here and be with us and stand next to us so I can take a picture. The cheese. No, it wouldn't be none of that. The people is what brings her a lot of value. So please, all you Caitlin Clark fans, all you Fever fans, I don't care whether you quote unquote racist or not, I really couldn't care. If you are for the proper treatment of this woman, if you are for the proper treatment of this woman and everything is good in basketball, then I encourage you. Don't support that. You got this man, Gino Oriama, who said all kind of disrespectful things. And part of me don't even want to support the WNBA because of how they have mistreated this agenda that they got going on, where they calling the fans all of these names and disrespectful names and wanting them to be going down in history as racist. Racist. We talked about that term. Whether you are or not, if you're for everything that's good, then they don't deserve your support. Let them find support from somebody else. You are valuable. Know your worth. And if you're not down with that treatment, then you vote. So everybody want to go out and vote. And Well, who we should vote for? Why is it? Please speak on it. If you want to vote by not paying attention. Don't pay attention, because you got to understand, every time you click on something, somebody's getting paid. When you are watching a commercial, somebody's getting paid. Don't let Gino Oriama get paid off of you. That's my call. That's what I'm asking for, because that's what I'm doing. And they've got a lot of people involved in this. Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart are the founders. Then you got Carmelo Anthony, Steve Nash, U.S. Women's Soccer, Alex Morgan, Cleveland Cavaliers, Kobe Altman. You got ESPN former president John Skipper, Turner former president David Levy. You got Warner Brothers former CEO Ann Sternoff. You got TNT Warner Brothers Ally Financial, golfer Michelle Wise, Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, golf, Ashton Kutcher. That's another name. Again, I say there is this society with this hidden agenda. Not to say that all those people are on it, but I'm telling you what, there is nothing that Gino Oriama could be involved in that I would be willing to put my energy into. Nothing. I know my value. I hope all of you out there who are Caitlin Clark fans know your value. All right. I want to get into this and then I'm going to close it out. I spoke about this whole Nike deal and how it was sad to me when I was hearing about this 8-year deal, and it's taking up her whole prime, and she really can't get out of this deal. I'm gonna tell you, next year somebody will have a deal bigger than Caitlin Clark's deal. We thought this $28 million deal was all that. Somebody next year is gonna have a much bigger deal than what Clark has. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody coming out of college next year gets a $100 million deal from Nike. And then you're gonna have to ask yourself, who is this agent? Somebody said in a comment section that I saw, he said, and actually he was talking to me on my comment, he said it's Caitlin Clark's fault. She signed the contract. She agreed to it. And he's absolutely right. He's right. And I've been saying this for quite some time now. I would love to swoop into, no pun intended, I would love to swoop into this game and just hit these people with one of my contracts. I would love to, get Clark and take her over here on tour and pull up hundreds of millions of dollars, because really with Caitlin Clark, that's easy. She needs another team. If you see, I can't help but to bring it up because the only person who I really see doing it right business-wise is Angel Reese. Now, she done said yes to some stuff too. We're not going into that. But business-wise, she handling her business. And for me, what I've seen with Caitlin is that she's being abused. And her agents are nowhere to be found. If it wasn't for the people, they would have abused Clark. They would have, continued to misrepresent her scores. They would have continued to, say negative things about her. Yeah, she's being mistreated. But at the same time, it's her fault. It's her fault. And so as much as we, the fans, we want to rush in the fans have been heard. That league is getting cleaned up. I've told you all about that. But as much as we want to rush in to rescue Caitlin Clark, she's got to stand up. She got to say something. She's got to, at least, if she's not going to say something, she's got to find somebody who's willing to fight on her behalf. Because really, it's not supposed to be her doing the fight. It's really not. But she's seeing what this woman is doing. When she decides, okay, we got to do better. When she decides that, when she makes that decision, at that point, then everything can rise for her. But she is agreeing. She's signing the contract. She's following this woman who is clearly in the pocket of Nike. When she says enough is enough, then everything is going to change. And maybe somebody said, well, maybe she doesn't need the money. Maybe she's just okay. If that's the case, then Diva Lyri will back off. But I tell you what I won't be doing. I will not be watching her get abused yet again in this league called Unrivaled that's playing with on behalf of this man, Gino Oriyama, who's going to get any kind. I don't care if I told you it's a fraction of a penny. I don't care to be helping him get anything. He doesn't deserve it. He's been disrespectful. He needs to give an apology. Otherwise, take that whole dang league down just because of him. Just because of him. Or one person is not going to be able to make or break. Well, I bet you one person, let Caitlin Clark, she don't even have to say anything. But she don't need to join that league. She does not need to join that league. But if she joins that league, I hope that all of the people recognize their value. While we love Caitlin Clark, we do. We don't want her dancing with the devil. And excuse me, because she's dancing with a lot of them already in the WNBA. And you might be saying, well, what devil? There's a lot of devils in there. But I'm going to tell you one that I won't be helping to find, and that's Gino Oriyama. That won't be happening. And I hope everybody else who has any kind of knowledge and understanding of your value, if she joins that league, you vote. You vote by not paying attention. That's what I'm saying. That is my call. And I hope that Caitlin decides that she's going to stand up for herself, because we can't do it. We can't save you if you continue to jump into bad situations where people are clearly mistreating you and you are clearly turning your back on it and allowing it. We can't continue to save you. So I hope you do not join that Unrivaled League. But if you do, then y'all people need to recognize that the value is you. And Caitlin Clark, we love her. She got talent. We love Caitlin Clark. But you better recognize that the value that they want are the people. Don't let them abuse you anymore like she has allowed them to abuse her. That's not what we should be doing. You let her know, we love you, Clark. We love you. But we're not going to allow people to continue to abuse us and then get paid off of us. You got this woman over here with the Atlanta Dream. Oh, we don't need you. Y'all not like us. And but then have the nerve to go and get a bigger arena so that she can take money from the Clark fans and the Fever fans. But we don't need you. Y'all not like us. What kind of ridiculousness is that? Y'all want to vote. Everybody want to vote. Then vote with your money. Vote with your attention. And don't give it. Don't give your vote to people who've been abusive to you. Gino Oriyama, WNBA players, commissioner of the WNBA, Nike. No, we're going to say thank you, but no thank you. All right, I want y'all to know I'm out of here. I love you. We're going to see y'all next time. Let's see, where is my music? I'm here to go. Get my music. Here we go. Oh, that's right. I can't play my music. We'll play it on the way out. I love y'all. I'm out. Bye. And give me a hug. Bye.